Olá, amigos da TV Jersey. O programa de hoje traz uma reportagem especial sobre a raça Jersey no Canadá, um país continental de clima hostil, onde tem uma pecuária leiteira extremamente organizada. E nós conversamos com Russell Gammon, o secretário executivo da Jersey Canadá, que contou um pouco da raça Jersey neste país. Confiram agora aqui, na TV Jersey.
So Russell, first of all, thanks for your attention, and for us it's really a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Well, it's really our pleasure to have you here today and the crew here today to learn more about what goes on in Canada.
A pecuária leiteira canadense é muito organizada. Os plantéis são relativamente pequenos se comparados com os do vizinho dos Estados Unidos, porém utilizam grandes investimentos em nutrição, genética, equipamentos e qualificação da mão de obra, que na maioria das fazendas é familiar. A raça Jersey cresce nesse cenário principalmente pela qualidade do leite produzido, baixo custo de produção e também pelo excelente trabalho realizado pela Jersey Canadá.
This association has been in existence since 1901, June of 1901, so 117 years ago. And there's been some steady growth in the last decade or more, and it moved to over 10,000 animals a year. So all the processing of the registrations is done in this office. We produce a magazine 4 times a year, the Canadian Jersey Breeder, which was born in 1945, December of 1945, so it's over 70 years of age. We of course have an active website. We have social media presence on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms as well. We do marketing to some extent with international trips of people going to international countries.
The Jersey cow has done a lot for Andrew and myself and my parents. We really believe in the Jersey cow. We think that she is the most profitable of the dairy cattle. We think that, and because of the Jersey cow, we really believe that our friend base from all around the world is really strong. Even though we may not see those friends every day, we believe that the Jersey cow has enabled us to have friends worldwide and allow us to go anywhere in the world and see those friends and be able to talk about our favorite subject, the Jersey.
But most of our focus has been on developing the Jersey breed in Canada as well, through genetic improvement programs, through use of good AI bulls, through use of the classification program, which in Canada is an all breeds classification program since 2005, August of 2005. So, and we would be classifying about 9,000 cows a year. So we're actively involved with the Canadian Dairy Network, which does genetic evaluations, which with Holstein Canada, who actually provides the classification service, with the milk recording organizations Velacta and CanWest DHI in this country, and so we work a lot in cooperation with other industry partners here, but our focus is on getting the word out about jerseys.
So we've been so fortunate for years and years to have a really strong Jersey association that's run by breeders that have the Jersey cow in mind. That's what they're protecting and they're working for. You know, we've had Russell Gammon for years and years as executive secretary, and I mean, he's been a great ambassador for us internationally and worldwide, and he's given Jersey Canada a great name around the world.
How many members you have?
About 1,150 last year, which again was the highest since 1967. And so 10,500, 10,600 registrations last year.
And how many jerseys are here in Canada?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. There are probably only between 35 and 40,000 jerseys in this country, but because our numbers have been increasing and some of the other breeds have been stable or diminishing a little bit, the market share of jerseys has increased probably 25 to 30% over the last 15 years. Right now, Jersey milk would be running about 88 to 90 cents a liter for milk here in Canada, and regular industry average milk would be 73, 74, maybe even 70 cents. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, well, with less than $1, yeah, it would be a 20% or more advantage to Jersey milk. So that's making a difference too. Producers are paid for kilograms of fat, kilograms of protein, and kilograms of other solids. What this has done is it has created a real demand for Jersey. So you can have a little variation in terms of how much the fat or the protein is worth, but the concept is always there. The production on your farm is based on kilograms of fat, and you can produce varying amounts of kilograms of protein and you'll get paid for it, but the system is all based on kilograms of butterfat. And so good jerseys can fill that quite efficiently, that are working hard.
We milk usually between 95 and 100 cows, 3/4 Jersey, 1/4 Holstein. Our jerseys would average between 50 and 60 pounds per day. That would be like for the full lactation. Most people know we have a supply managed system here in Canada for milk. It's based on kilograms of fat. Our fat percentage is really good, even with the two breeds. We normally run between 5 and 5.3 for most of the year.
Here at Avonlea Genetics, just to tell you a little bit about because we live in Canada, we have a very cold climate at the winter time, and then we have now where we're in summertime. One of the challenges with the climate we live in is the production of feed for the cattle. Essentially, we work in a 3 to 4 month window to produce all the food that the cows will eat over the year.
One of the things that's been really interesting for us is the introduction of robot milking becoming quite popular in Canada. And I believe in this province, Ontario, where we are right now, about 10% of the farms would have robot milking. And the real plus on that is jerseys are really good for use in robot situations. There's an expression that jerseys love robots and robots love jerseys. And they really pick up very quickly. The adaptation to it is very quick. And then once they figure out how the system works, it's really easy to deal with them. So this actually has been a factor in selling more jerseys. But what really happens is when people buy jerseys and they find out how efficient they are, they find out about the high solids.
And what is the average production for the jersey?
Great question. Last year we went over 7,000 kilograms a cow, or 7,000 liters a cow, for the first time in history. That would be on a 305-day actual production, so it's what the cow actually produced. 350 kilograms of butter fat, which is over 5% fat, and about 260 to 265 kilograms of protein at about 3.8.
And looking to the breeders now, because you have some different the issues that we don't have in other countries, like Brazil, for example, or US. And one issue is the quota and how does it work?
Of course, yeah, because it is fairly unique around the world. There's a system is called supply management. It was born about 1965, so it's over 50 years of age. And what it is there are limits on production for each individual farm, and you would purchase quota to whatever size you want your farm to be. If you can get the money, you can purchase quota to produce that amount of milk. What we find over time is that people will get some money together and buy, say, another kilogram of butter fat. So all the quota is based on kilograms of butter fat per day.
For us, it's been great in Canada to have the quota system. It's supply and demand, and for us, it keeps our milk price pretty stable.
And it's worked well over the years. It's a big investment. You have to buy the quota to produce the milk. So just for, in layman's terms, it would cost around $40,000 a cow. After you buy it, then you have it forever until you want to sell it. And so it's worked extremely well in this country.
You got to respect how much you produce, but at least you know at the end of the month how much you're working with to pay your bills. And for us, it's the greatest system in the world for me of what we got going here in Canada as far as that goes. It's given us a nice milk price. It'll vary, but it's given us a nice milk price through the years. So at least
Maybe
we,
one of the highest
yeah,
prices
yeah,
in the world.
and for us, it lets you know what you can spend for us to have it. And then once you've bought your quota, you have your quota, and so it's kind of almost like a farmer's retirement savings plan. Really, in a way, you have that quota to fall back on when you're older and retire.
The important thing about supply management is that there are no subsidies. I think we've talked about this already. There are no subsidies from the government. It is all coming from the marketplace and what consumers will pay for milk. And so everything is a totally standalone system that way. It doesn't need government support to do it, which makes us quite different from some other countries where there's a lot of government support for milk production.
What can you tell about the work that you've been doing, or about the genetics that you have sold to Brazil or other countries?
Yeah, the focus primarily in the last while has been on developing the breed domestically, and then because if that works here, it'll be attractive to people in other countries. There's no question that Brazil for quite some time was a huge market for Canadian genetics, and that probably started in the late 1980s. The Bertagnolli family would be so instrumental in that. There's a gentleman called Frank Stenger who lives here in Canada who had a great relationship with Ronald Bertagnolli, and so there were some spectacular animals that went to the Bertagnolli farm. I think one of the first orders was 80 or 90 head of really top quality heifers, and then it seemed to explode after that, and there were purchases of a lot of good breeding animals and some good showing animals as well.
Russell, I have to thank you again, you and all the staff here. We feel at home here. We like to come here when we come to Canada and talk to you. You have an international experience. You are one of the reference for us in Brazil. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
So appreciate you coming here.
Thank you.
It's been just absolutely great having you.
E como vocês puderam acompanhar, a raça Jersey no Canadá cresce. Cresce como cresce no mundo inteiro, mostrando as suas qualidades e as suas vantagens para o criador. Continue acompanhando tudo o que acontece na pecuária leiteira com foco na raça Jersey aqui, na TV Jersey, através das suas mídias sociais, pelo nosso Facebook, pelo nosso YouTube, pelo nosso Instagram e também pelo nosso site www.tvjersey.com.br. TV Jersey, o canal do leite.